think Christmas is the loneliest time of the year for many people. I know, I've been there. Oh, I have been there. I was single until I was in my 40s, so I spent many Christmases alone. It's so hard. Everybody seems to have plans. They're traveling here. They're going to visit their families, either flying to see them or they're locally there. I've received very few invitations for Christmas Eve or Christmas to be with other people, and I have spent many Christmases by myself, and it is not fun. And here's what happened to me. Every year, I would think, this is not going to be a problem this year. I'm going to keep busy, and Christmas will fly by. But the strangest thing happens. As Christmas becomes closer and closer, no matter what I was doing, I started to feel bad. And by the time it arrived, it was too late to make plans to travel out of state or to try and fly somewhere. And there I would be. The very worst Christmas I ever experienced was 6 years ago. My husband died in October, and that Christmas was a blur. I was still grieving. I was beside myself. And of course, I was all alone because I don't have children. And my sisters are in their 90s and not able to travel. So I was, again, alone with my dog, thank goodness. My sister-in-law, my late husband's sister, and I attended a support group that Christmas, and I didn't find it helpful. I tried one or two more support groups, and they work for many people, but they didn't work for me. What I eventually found worked for me to get through that holiday season is I ordered books that were spiritual based. And depending on your beliefs and your religion, I can't really recommend what worked for me. But I ordered a lot of books and I read them from cover to cover, and there were a lot of new ideas in them that really gave me hope and a basis for moving on, which I did. Even though I'm married, that doesn't mean all of my problems disappear and all of a sudden I'm not lonely at Christmas. I still am. And I was doing fine until now, I would say, when it happened again. I thought, no, this is going to be great. I have my husband. We're going to be fine. But as soon as Christmas gets really near, I think about how alone I am in the world. And it's very sad. And I know I'm not the only one. There must be millions of people in my boat. I've just read that there's more Americans now that are single than there are married. So there's a lot of us out there that are probably lonely at Christmas. I don't have some magic advice to give you. I wish I did. But all I can say is I feel the same way. I have tried inviting people over for Christmas, but it's never been very successful because most people have other plans or prefer to be with their families. However, I did come up with a plan that seemed to work, and I looked around and I found out that New Year's Day was a day when most people had no plans. They might have been out for New Year's Eve, but they didn't have plans for New Year's Day. And I started a tradition of inviting all the single people I knew over to my house for New Year's Day. And I cooked a dinner, and it turned out very well. and it made me feel good as well as the people I invited. So that's a suggestion that you might find useful. And I hope that you can find some peace and happiness this Christmas so that we can enjoy the coming year.